Welcome to Garage Groove. Welcome to the shop. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Garage Groove. These things are rare commodities these days. I'm working a lot. I wanted to go over a couple things here, but before we get into all the other details, let's take a look at this thing. I just picked this thing up, man. $100. This is a $100 special. You remember when we did the XS episodes, the long episodes? I mentioned 4 brands that should always stick to. The Kawasaki's got the KZ, Honda's got the CB, Yamaha's got the XS, and Suzuki has got the GS. This is an inline 4-cylinder. It's a GS850. That's an 850cc inline 4. This bike would rip. And I got it for $100, and we're gonna do something with it. I don't know exactly what. Now the last one we did, XS, it was a budget build and took it on a long trip and proved to be a little bit not quite up to par on speed, but this one would definitely do it. This one will give you plenty of speed. So we may do something with that, but I think this motor, it's a little questionable. So our first thing is to get this thing to run, if we can get it run. It did not come with the exhaust pipes, but it did come with the carbs. They're in a bag somewhere, but I did get those. And the wiring it's kind of a mess, you know. It's got gauges on it. You know what I think about gauges. We may actually keep them on this. I don't know. We'll see. I love the seat. Take a look at the seat. Big, thick. We'll keep it a 2-seater. It's even got passenger pegs on it. It's a shaft drive. So I don't recall ever working on a shaft drive. I don't think I've ever screwed with bikes with shafts. I usually stayed away from them. But $100, man, whatever, we'll make it work. Now, if this engine proves to be bad, we're not gonna do a lot with this. So what we're gonna do is we'll rip that motor out of there. I have another swing arm for Suzuki. We'll put another swing arm on it, and then we can shoehorn this KZ750 twin into it. That's a good motor, and I have everything for it. I got electronics, carbs, and exhaust for it, and it's a free spinning motor. Shifts nice. Take a look at this thing. It's got a pretty cool look to it. I don't know what the condition of that tank is. Hopefully it's good. It did come with a key, so hopefully the key fits that tank. I don't mind the black. The black looks okay. You know. Looks like somebody lowered it. The thing looks like it's been through hell and back. It's it's got a pretty rough look to it. Somebody ripped the eyeball right off of it. Got all these veins and shit hanging. Look at this. That's all right. We'll work with it. I like the wheels. Got a cool mag design type of thing going on. I really hope we get that inline running. These really put out nice, man. But with no exhaust, you know, what's going on in there, we don't know, you know. I already looked up gaskets for this thing. They don't give them away, and we don't want to. I don't know. We'll see. If it's a good motor, good compression, shifts nice, we can maybe do something. This thing Look at this. I just noticed that.
What?
55,000 miles.
Not too bad.
This thing's been around the earth more than twice. You know?
There's 25,000 miles.
Yeah, all the way around it. So if you go twice plus more,
That'd be harsh. That'd be a lot of money.
yeah, that's a lot of miles. But what we did was it's got the electric start, so I always like that. Then you just hook it up, you get your ground, hook it up to your starter.
The only thing kind of is my catching fire.
Well, when the motor is seized, what happens is there's too much resistance, you know, and your positive will start to smoke a little bit. Well, you just shut the power off, you know. You don't leave it on, obviously, then you'll get meltdown. But we did that a couple times, and the motor it wanted to spin. So the first thing we did is we put lubricant down in every one of those holes, and then we put some fresh oil in the crankcase, and we let it sit for a little bit, and we started cranking, and well, you know, it started cranking. It cranks good. Now we wanted to do a compression test. Might as well, right? We have it spinning. Let's check the health on this thing. Let's see what kind of compression figures we get. So let's do that. We'll come back in a minute. Okay, Faison's holding the gauge here. Let's turn this thing on and see what we got. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's not looking that good.
30 pounds ain't that good.
It's nothing to write home about.
30 pounds.
30 pounds is nothing to write home about. Let's check the other side. Definitely, the rings are stuck. Couple things you can do. Okay, what we did was the initial thing that I used was just plain lubricant. Okay, we let that sit in there, and we started moving the motor. It actually unseized it. The other thing that we used, this is a really good product. I recommend it. I don't get paid by this company, but Marvel Mystery Oil. So what we did was, after our initial lubrication, and the reason we use, in the beginning we use this, is because this is thin. This is real thin, but it's not it doesn't provide a lot of viscosity, but it's thin enough to get down through some of the, you know, where it's seized. It'll start going down in there. So initially we use this, and then this is my second round of Marvel Mystery Oil. You can see how some of it is on the ground now, because what we did was we filled the cylinders up with, well, not completely up. We put a decent amount of the Marvel Mystery Oil in each one of the cylinders. We let it sit for a couple hours, and we ended at 90 psi. I think it's going to go up from there. So we're going to let it sit more, and we're going to keep checking our compression and let things kind of loosen up, clear up. Maybe the rings are still not quite where they need to be, and slowly get this motor up to, I think it's going to climb to about 120, 130. And at that point, we're good. You know, we can run it. And keep in mind, once the motor starts running, once we get that compression, anything a little bit over 100, we can lubricate it very nice. We can do our first start on it, get it started, and that will take care of a lot of stuff. Once the engine starts moving, oil starts pumping, a lot of things will break up. And then what you do is you run it softly for a little while, you shut it down, and you do your compression test again, and 9 out of 10 times your compression is where it needs to be. Everything is opened up, everything's loose, everything's back to where it needs to be. Okay, so that's our goal. That's what we want to do with this, because this 850 inline is a great engine. Okay, it's just been neglected. It's been neglected, but we'll try to revive it by doing what we do. But that's as far as we're going to go on this this episode. This is more of an informational episode of things coming up. So technically, this is not even the first episode of this GS. So we're not going to consider this the first episode. It's got a good look to it. I really like that look. It's thick. I can almost see saddlebags here on the side, small ones, nothing too overblown. So that's coming up. Okay, we talked about Faison's bike, this little thing. That's coming up. We got things coming up. This KTM is going to be on the docket. I've talked about it long enough. I'm going to end up getting that done. That's going to be a pretty full restoration because that's a collectible and that is pretty much complete. It's a good bike and it's worth restoring that one. Harley might be sold. You know, I've accepted a guy's offer and it's just a matter of when's he going to come and get it, if he's going to come and get it. Because I did accept the offer, you know, but a lot of times these guys fade away as soon as you, it comes down to the money end of it. They kind of take off, but we'll see. I mean, it is for sale. I just got too many things, you know. I can't keep everything. Something's got to go. Now, this thing would bring in a good chunk of change, you know, and I got plenty of bikes. I don't need an expensive bike like this. This would bring in pretty decent money. So that makes it the most likely candidate to be sold. And of course, my two-strokes are for sale, you know, but God, they go up in price so much, you know. Every time I look, the prices are going up on them. So they're for sale, but it's got to be the right guy, you know. But in the meantime, we're going to keep pissing around with these junkers. You know, these aren't bad. These are good bikes, man. Look at that XS 400. That thing, that'll take you to California and back as long as you're patient enough, you know, and want to deal with that slow speed. But I do got a sprocket for it, so that we got projects. We got projects. Only thing I don't have is time, but we got projects. Faison's bike. We got the KTM. We got to finish that the XS. I'm not gonna do an episode on it, but I'd like to repaint that tank and stuff, you know. And then we got this jalopy we got to work on. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with this yet, but I really like that look. I don't know why. It looks cool. Nice headlight. Maybe because it's all blacked out. I don't know. I think it looks nice. It's got its own little vibe going. It was about a half an hour from my house. Picked it up. The guy was asking $200. I said, would you take $150? He said, no, but I'd take $100. Guy's a real haggler. No, he said, if you brought me $100, man, you don't even have to give me $150. I'm moving, and I just need it out of the garage. Hey, it works for me, man. The XS 400, I got it for $60. So this one's for 100. So okay, those are all the things that are upcoming, and hopefully we can hit all of them here soon. We'll see you soon. Take care.